How did Spotsylvania Court House relate to the Wilderness Campaign? Have you ever wondered how one battle can lead directly into another during the American Civil War? The connection between Spotsylvania Court House and the Wilderness Campaign is a fascinating example of military strategy in action. After the intense and bloody fighting in the Wilderness, Union General Ulysses S. Grant aimed to regain the upper hand. He ordered his troops to march south toward Spotsylvania Court House, a key location that would allow him to position his army between Confederate General Robert E. Lee and the Confederate capital, Richmond. This move was strategic. Grant wanted to push Lee out of the dense wilderness terrain, where visibility and movement were severely limited. By moving to Spotsylvania Court House, Grant believed he could force Lee into a more open area, allowing him to use his larger numbers effectively. The Wilderness Campaign, which kicked off with the Battle of the Wilderness, set the stage for what would happen next. In the Wilderness, the fighting was chaotic and close quarters, making traditional tactics less useful. Grant recognized this and shifted the battle to Spotsylvania Court House, a critical crossroads that controlled access to Richmond. His goal was to outflank Lee and make it difficult for the Confederates to hold their positions in the wilderness. The fighting at Spotsylvania Court House lasted from May 8 to May 21 in the year 1864. It was marked by some of the most brutal combat of the entire war, including the infamous Bloody Angle. Both armies engaged in fierce combat, utilizing extensive field fortifications. The Confederate strategy here relied heavily on strong defensive positions and earthworks to counter the Union's numerical advantage. From the perspective of Confederate military strategy, Spotsylvania Court House showcased the effectiveness of defensive tactics. Lee's ability to anticipate Grant's movements allowed him to quickly entrench his forces. This defensive approach reflected the broader Confederate strategy of using terrain and fortifications to offset the Union's superior resources. The relationship between the Wilderness and Spotsylvania Court House highlights how military strategies evolved during the Civil War. The shift from the close quarters fighting in the Wilderness to the entrenched warfare at Spotsylvania Court House foreshadowed the style of combat that would become common in later battles, such as those around Petersburg. Both battles were part of Grant's larger plan to continuously apply pressure on Lee's army, aiming to wear down Confederate forces. The transition in tactics and geography from the Wilderness to Spotsylvania Court House illustrates the importance of mobility and defensive fortifications in Civil War strategy. Each side adapted their methods based on the lessons learned in the Wilderness, making the connection between these two battles a key moment in the conflict.